Hey guys, it's Rachel with Pretty in Plants. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. What's happening? Okay, so today I talked about watering on Monday. Today I really quickly want to talk about signs of root rot. Speaking of signs, I see you over there. Signs of root rot. So it is a Alocasia elephant ear, variegated, and I got it about 14 days ago and put it in Semihydro, and it was so perfect and happy, and its leaves were like straight like this. And then I started seeing today the wilting. So that's a really good sign that you have root rot. Once it gets started, that bacteria kind of blocks your nutrients and your water from getting into the roots and from the roots absorbing them. So let's go ahead and check these roots. Yep. Lots of root rot. So I let it, see how soppy wet that is. Rotted roots, unfortunately, because it's a gorgeous plant. And I think I just let it get just too aggressive with my watering. Yeah, it's not impossible. It's not totally beyond hope. There's like 2 new roots. It's kind of a big plant for only 2 new roots. Yeah, I kind of messed up on this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull off all of the gray matter, all of the rot. Hydrogen peroxide is your friend. You can get it from, see, that's all that's left. See that one pretty root? Still hope. There's actually a couple of roots. Well, there's more than a couple. The new roots just kind of did not overtake the old roots dying. So first what I'm gonna do is, this is hydrogen peroxide that I got from CVS Pharmacy, 3% hydrogen peroxide. And what hydrogen peroxide does, it's H2O2, so it really helps kind of oxygenate the roots again and open them up for whatever you're gonna give them. So bad that I don't feel like I should put it back in a pot. I want a better root system than that for this plant to thrive. In LECA, it needs a little bit bigger root system. So what I will do with this is I'm gonna put it in a vase with a couple of drops of superThrive, and then I will introduce you to my little makeshift greenhouse. And so I'll get my vlogging camera and we'll go out there. And get it all together, but it's not together. And I'm using it. So let me show you. So the bottom of the greenhouse is a heating mat, and it's about 85 degrees. Then I have a cookie sheet, and I filled it with pebbles and then water. There's the water in there. And then this is the plant that I just did. There's the variegated gorgeous plant, and then I have my seedlings. This plant, when it came, was barely anything. It was just like 4 or 5 leaves, and so I thought I would just put it in a little greenhouse until it was better. There's a Florida Beauty that's kind of down in some moss. That one was a ripoff. There's a little seed over there. And this one is an Alocasia stingray. Greenhouse for a few days, and I got these roots right here, as well as some others that are about to come out. And I have it in the water, but I decided it was going to do better in moss, so I'm just going to kind of add this water down to that moss to kind of refresh it just a little bit. So this is the greenhouse, and what makes it a greenhouse is, I'm going to put sticks in here And then I want these leaves pointing. Greenhouse with garment bags, like plastic garment bags. You need the warm mat. You can use the top of a dryer or the top of a refrigerator. A warm place and a cookie tray filled with water. You don't even need pebbles. You can set your pots down in there, and then you can, the only thing you do need to kind of buy are dowel rods, those little thin wooden things just to stick out of 3 or 4 pots so that there's a tent, and then you make your tent, and now you have like a little humidity like palace for those plants that are not doing well. The warmth helps them, and then the humidity really helps them. Experimenting with this little greenhouse, but I'm seeing some really awesome roots come out. Kind of the roots rotted, and I had to go ahead and do my emergency jar of water with Thrive, and it's only been in there a couple of weeks, and I'm really happy with those roots. Now this is an Alocasia stingray, same thing, really tall, pretty, and I saw it bending down for a little bit and just put it under a grow light. I think it's ready to kind of stand on its own 2 feet. I love this little Velcro. I can kind of move it up and support it better so it's more like that. But yeah, this is a really great start, and we're gonna get a do-over on this gorgeous plant. Yeah, don't ever get freaked out if you get root rot. It's normal. I don't know if normal is the right word. It's normal for me, and I get root rot. So I just take it out, put it in a jar of water, a couple drops of superThrive. If you have a light, or if you have a heating pad, or if you have a humid shower, they love showers, you can put it in your shower somewhere where the humidity is kind of high. It'll kind of help push that. Okay, so that is not a very comprehensive thing on root rot. I wanted to show y'all the little greenhouse because that's a nice little recovery area. The other thing I do that have lots of happy leaves and maybe 1 yellow leaf, or you can just tell it's just there's something a little wrong. And for those plants, and what I do more often than I do with the extreme method I just did, those plants, what I do is I mix 1 cup hydrogen peroxide, 1 cup purified water really well, and then I will take my semi-hydroponic plant out of its cache pot, the 1-to-1 ratio hydrogen peroxide water drain through the holes. I don't want it sitting in the bottom. I will let that sit, sometimes overnight, sometimes for a couple of hours, and that will just hide, you know, H2O2, those roots, kind of refreshed, and back to being in receiving mode. Now, do not do this until the roots are really dry. Really drying out the plant as quickly as you can. If you've overwatered and there's signs of root rot, unless it needs to be a rescue mission, I put a fan on the plant. I allow it to really, really dry out first because the wetness is what's causing the issue. Get it dry, give it hydrogen peroxide, 1-to-1 ratio water. Take some pure, clean water with just water or a couple drops of superThrive, run it through the pot, put it back in its cache pot for about 4 to 7 days, let it dry out again, and then you're gonna go back to your watering routine. So that's another method for just flushing through the hydrogen peroxide. It kills mold, fungus, the root rot bacteria. It stops the roots from rotting, and you do want to either get the roots out of the pot at some point, or there are hydroponic solutions for turning the roots into there's enzymes you can put in there to turn the roots into vitamins. I'm still experimenting with other things. I just know hydrogen peroxide is probably in your house, and it's the simplest, easiest way. Every gardener, indoor and outdoor gardener, uses it for root rot. So there's lots of other uses for it, but those two, flushing the pot or spraying, taking it out and spraying the roots, are the two most common. So I hope this helped y'all. I hope this wasn't too long of a video, and we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.